Well, folks, better take my reading glasses off. I don't have to read right now. Looking some stuff up. Got to order some chains for a chainsaw. So, anyways, the whole monetary system's going to get ready to change. It's all going digital, AI, digital, and you'll have time to cash in your gold and your silver and any change you got sitting around or money stuffed in your mattress. They want it all, so they'll give you some time to get it in there because they want everything you got because it's not going to buy anything. It'll be worth it. It said in the Bible, that'll your gold and silver, precious gems will be tossed into the street for they'll buy nothing. They'll not. So you'll have an opportunity to cash it in. And then they'll probably close the door and say, okay, if you haven't had it turned in by such and such date, you can still turn it in, but you're going to be penalized on it. So, instead of, a dollar for a dollar, it'll be, I don't know, 50 cents on a dollar, whatever they make up. So, with that being said, they'll probably implement their USB, UBI, universal basic income, because unemployment will take off and you're going to have a lot of people out there that are homeless, like we do now. So the whole dynamics of the society is going to change. And you listen to these people in the news media, in the financial sector, housing sector. You listen to all these people, and they're telling you what they think, and what they're going by is old models. That happened. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Like the Great Depression, and even before that. They studied money and finance since the beginning of time. This isn't anything like what they study. This is a total another animal. This is total control, servitude, slavery, whatever you want to call it. That's what this is. That's what's coming. You're going to be told what type of job you have, if you have one, how to live, where to live, the whole 9 yards. What interests me is what Trump's doing in Venezuela right now. He went in and confiscated, I don't know, a million some barrels, almost 2 million barrels of oil or whatever. And he's willing to go to war with Russia and China over Venezuela oil because oil is not going to be purchased in dollars anymore because nobody wants them. They're worthless. They're trash. They're garbage. If we have so damn much oil in this country, okay, it's capped all over federal lands. It's up in Alaska. They said we have more up there than they know what to do with. In the Gulf, off the coast of California. I mean, we have more oil than probably I don't know. most anyone, and most of it's untapped. So why are we going to go to war with Venezuela and the rest of the world for some oil? Because basically it comes down to we want this continent. With Canada all the way down, you know, we want South America too. We want Mexico, we want it all. We want to control it. We want the resources. Canada is rich with resources, probably Alaska too. And I'm sure there's plenty down there in South America. Of course, the place that has the most is Russia. Large, huge landmass. So, I mean, that just goes without saying. It's a bunch of smoke and mirrors out there. They're playing games with you. They got to keep you off balance. They can't let you recognize or see the truth because then you might not play. You might not play by their rules. Fact of the matter is they've got most people so brainwashed with their government training centers and most everything else and on Ritalin or some kind of psychotropic drug to keep them under control. People just go along. Funny thing is Hitler. You get the women, you have the children, and the men follow. Why don't the men stand up and don't allow them to take the women? Well, look at our society. They've been telling us how stupid dad's been for how long? Decades now. He's stupid. He's a bumbling idiot. Women know everything. They're smart. Take control. Men have their place and women have theirs. And I think in a lot of cases, there's women that are very capable of doing the job. And then again, on the other hand, there's a lot of men that are not capable. History has shown you that. But this has happened on a mass scale. They're going to come up with more and more taxes for you. Your property taxes are going to keep going up. Why? Well, why not? They can do that to you, right? Going to make it harder and harder on you. And there'll be less and less jobs. AI will come in and make sure of that. I mean, Amazon, record profits, okay? and they lay off, I don't know, 30,000. You keep laying off. Well, that's because the distribution centers and so on and so forth are went automated with AI. And as AI takes over, more and more people lose their jobs. Not just blue collar, but white collar also. And there's no end to it. There'll be a point to where you won't see a doctor. You'll see a screen with somebody's face on it, male or female. It'll be AI. And then if you got to go under the scalpel or anything like that, it'll be AI, a machine doing it. Life is not going to be as it what you thought it would be. See, you live in Satan's world. After Jesus fasted for 40 days and nights, Satan took him to the highest mountain. Well, he's weak and all this and that, and told him if he'd bow to him, he'd give him all this. Well, Jesus told him where he could go, and why would you, as Jesus God, give up what you created? It's all yours to begin with, including Satan. You created it all. Why would you give it up? Makes no sense, does it? See, Satan even messed with God himself. Goes all the time. Wants to battle him and fight him, and God has the power to shut him down right now. You really stop and think about it, it's a big test for you. Are you going to pass or fail? Since we're all sinners, well, you need that grace and mercy of God, and you have to hold up your end of the bargain. So, folks, the best thing you can do is start living under your means. What I'm saying is what you have, pay it off as soon as you can, if you can. If not, concentrate on a few things and just start getting it paid down. If you have a bass boat, sell it. If you got a mortgage, and pay it on your mortgage. If you have a big camper motorhome, well, maybe you want to keep it and you don't want the house. You have to figure out what you're going to do. All I'm saying is be prepared for these people. Put yourself in a position where you're not desperate, so you don't have to make unrational decisions. The lesser of two evils. So you go ahead and figure it out. If you're paying for kids and all of the cell phones for each kid, well, maybe none of them need it, or maybe just one. Do you really need a cell phone? Think about that. People have them. I got a worthless piece of crap here. Didn't want it. I ended up with it, but I didn't want it. And most of the time when I leave it out here, or truck or car, wood track. It doesn't matter. I don't take it with me. I don't carry it. about the biggest worthless piece of crap there is. It's like when you want to be left alone, you want to be left alone and not bothered by 1,000 people and a bunch of distractions. Because that's all it is to me, is a distraction. And a lot of people waste time on it. That's just an example I'm using as, do you really need two cell phones? Do you need three cell phones? Do you need four? The kids and do you need all these subscriptions to Netflix and uh, Prime or all this other stuff? Things that just rob you of your money. I know it's not money, but it's debt. Call it what it is, debt. So look around you, see what the hell you need and what you don't need, and get rid of it. Take that and use it wisely to benefit you in the long term, in the long run. If you got a truck and you're paying 700, 800, or $1,000 a month on it, be lucky to get rid of it, get something used. And I wouldn't buy anything in the 2000s. I'd go back even further, go back to the 90s, maybe even the 80s. I mean, the truth of the matter is if you bought a truck back in the 80s, early 80s, but the worst it's going to have is an HEI on it. And EMP could take that out. But by gosh, you know what? You could have a breaker point distributor for it. They ain't going to take that out. That thing will run and run and run. Everybody else is sitting there, what the hell? They got their new car, it won't start. You got breaker points in yours, and then you're just going all over the place. Oh, it's a carburetor. Yeah, they use carburetors for a long, long time. Same thing with breaker points. All I'm saying is be prepared. That truck's gonna, or car, insurance will be cheap too. So, folks, just look around, see what you need, what you don't need. Think of ways to be more self-sufficient. You know, prepare. It's going to be a battle here. It's already a spiritual battle. That'll turn hot. So yeah, 22s are cheap. 22 ammo. You can buy a lot of ammo. Can't go really wrong with a 22. Recoil's really non-existent, even for a child. So yeah, you don't need some big elephant gun. So folks, ask for God's mercy and His grace. Thank Him for what you do have, and you might even thank Him for what you don't have. because you don't have it probably because he says, I don't know, man. I don't think you need it. Leave a lot of stuff in God's hands. You know, you pray to Him. It's called faith. That's why it's called faith. You trust in Him. Trust in Him, and things will work out. Teach your children and your wife, and so on and so forth, how to pray to the Almighty. So, folks, I believe this next year is going to be not a good one. I think there'll be a lot of construction jobs. There's going to be a lot of trades, but it'll also depend on the type of oh, what we have available to us. Do we have the iron ore available to us to build the steel, to make the steel, to make the pipes and the wire and the trusses? Do we have the concrete? Do we have all the materials to do that? I mean, Trump wants to build ships again in this country. Well, it's a great idea. Don't know why we ever stopped, but well, I do know, but it's good. It's a good plan, but it ain't going to work out as smooth and as great as they think. There'll be a lot of hiccups in the way. Why? Because the stuff has to come across the ocean. Who's to say China or Russia doesn't stop that? Who's to say they just don't torpedo a couple? What do we do? Some things you have no say in the matter whatsoever, but you certainly have a say in what you personally can do. Spring's going to be coming. Hopefully, when they were marking down all the seed packets everywhere, people are like, "Oh, don't buy the GMO." Well, I'll tell you what: if you're hungry, you'll eat it. I understand what they're saying about the heritage stuff, and that's great, but you still got to eat. My only point is you're going to have cities saying, "Oh, you can't put a garden here, you can't put a garden there, you can't raise any rabbits, you can't have any chickens, you this, that." There's always going to be something. There's a point in time when you got to take your city back, impeach these people, recall them, do whatever you got to do, but take your city back. I could go into a lot of stuff right now. I could sit here for probably a good couple hours just rambling on about things. But I don't know how much good it would do because I'm preaching to the choir. Most everybody that tunes in knows this stuff, hears this stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of scam artists out there, all kinds of scam artists everywhere in all fields. And for your own peace of mind, I think you can figure out who they are. Well, there's people out there, oh, I got money. Well, good. I'm glad you got some money. What good's that going to do you when they go digital? They're going to tell you how you can spend it. Is it going to be a one for one? Is it going to be a split? I don't know. Folks, there's a lot to think about. And just kind of take what I said and try to expand upon it. You're going to come up with all kinds of ideas, all kinds of things on your own. Everybody's circumstances are a little different. Can't just lump people up into one thing. People's knowledge and skill levels and all kinds of stuff's different. And if you feel like you're lacking somewhere, go to YouTube or TikTok or something. Start watching some survival stuff, bushcrafted, and other things like that. You know, form communities. Of course, they'll be infiltrated by people like the government, so on and so forth. That's why you try to just keep the people that you know in the group. It may be a small group, but you don't need a lot. You don't know them, don't let them in. If they want you to do something that's not right, then definitely they're setting you up. Be smart about that. So, folks, you take care.